A chronic problem in Iran's bazaars, high inflation and shrinking purchasing power. The latest data show inflation has jumped to over 80%. The Islamic Republic has long faced economic pressure, compounded by domestic mismanagement. The squeeze has intensified since the war began in February. For weeks, many businesses remained closed amid a nationwide internet blackout and attacks on the country's energy infrastructure. Now, months after the markets reopened, there are fewer customers.
Someone who used to come in and buy 3 or 4 items might now just come in once a month to buy a simple pair of trousers, and even that has dropped significantly. People just aren't coming in to buy anymore.
We go to bed at night and wake up in the morning to find prices have gone through the roof. Incomes aren't going up at all, but prices just keep rising.
Iran is no stranger to economic pressure. It has been under sanctions for years. But the US and its allies are now trying to take that pressure to a new level. US President Donald Trump has vowed to wage a crushing economic operation, threatening secondary sanctions against countries that do business with Tehran and maintaining a naval blockade of Iranian ports and its coastline. Iran acknowledges the impact on its oil exports, the country's main source of income.
Right now, Qatar's and Iraqi's revenues from their exports have fallen to almost zero. And of course, the same has happened to us. We are not exporting oil. That is simply a reality.
Over the years, Iran has become adept at getting around Western sanctions by increasing trade with other sanctioned countries like Russia, as well as with China, which has shown a willingness to circumvent US sanctions. Tehran is now also looking for ways to bypass restrictive measures and sustain its economy.
We should find ways to circumvent sanctions and take advantage of opportunities to increase trade with neighboring countries and use overland routes to transport goods.
The so-called maximum pressure campaign during Trump's first term in office failed to achieve its goals, and Tehran says this new campaign will fail too. Iranian leaders have been particularly emboldened after the US and Israel failed to achieve their stated objectives in the war. There's a sense of unease and uncertainty in the air here. People are struggling to make ends meet, and there's concern that war could break out at any moment. But the leadership in Iran remains defiant, saying the US economic warfare will fail. Tehran says it is refusing to give in to Washington's demands and is instead exerting its own economic pressure on the US by keeping the Strait of Hormuz closed. Reza Hatami, TRT World, Tehran.